This is lesson 5, modeling linear relationships. Lenore makes a table of this information and graphs where number of minutes is represented by the horizontal axis and the total session cost is represented by the vertical axis. Plot the 3 given points on the graph. These 3 points appear to lie on a line. What information about the access plan suggests that the correct model is indeed a linear relationship? Okay, well, this has to deal with constant usage rate. Okay, so this has to deal with constant usage rate. Okay. Okay. So now let's graph these first. So we got 10 cents and 40 cents, which would be about here. Then we have 20 minutes and 70. So we would be about here. And then we have 30 cents and a dollar, which would be about here. Okay. So we have, making them a little darker here. Okay. So now we have the amount charged. The amount charged is based on a constant usage rate. In dollars per minute. Okay. Now, when we check to see what these go by, each time this goes up, it goes up by 30 cents. Okay. So as I'm looking at this, as we are looking at this, it says the rate of change describes how the total cost changes with respect to time. When the number of minutes increases by 10, such as from 10 minutes to 20 minutes, from 20 minutes to 30 minutes, how much does the charge increase? Well, when the minutes increase by 10, the charge increases by 30 cents. Because here we're going up 10 each time. So another way to say this would be the usage charge per 10 minutes of use. Use that information to determine the increase in cost based on only 1 minute of additional usage. In other words, find the usage charge per minute of use. So in other words, we are going to find the unit rate. We're going to be finding that unit rate. And the way that we find that, in other words, we're going to be finding our slope or unit rate. So that 0.30 divided by 10, or 3 cents per minute. So next, the question says, the company's pricing plan states that the usage rate is constant for any number of minutes connected to the internet. Using this information, determine the total cost for 40 minutes, 50 minutes, and 60 minutes of use. Record those values in the table and plot the corresponding points on the graph in exercise 1. So let's do that. Well, knowing that they go up by 30 cents, we know then that for after a dollar would be $1.30, $1.60, and $1.90. We also know then that we would have to subtract 30 cents here, and this would be 10 cents. So now to graph this, we would have to go to 10 cents, 0 and 10. We would then have to go from 40 to 130. And 50 and 160. And 60 and 190. And that would be our graph. And notice it is a straight line. Okay. So next, it says using the table and the graph in exercise 1, compute the hypothetical cost for 0 minutes of use. What does that value represent in the context of the values that Lenore is trying to figure out? Well, we can follow pattern in the table. And for 0 minutes, Lenore is charged $0.10. This is the initial charge. Or value. Okay. So on the graph in exercise 1, draw a line through the points representing 0 to 60 minutes of use under the company's plan. Okay. Oh, my 1 point is off. Actually, both of them are. We'll have to fix that. Okay. It says the slope of this line is equal to the rate of change, which in this case is the usage rate. Okay. And again, this is on the graph. So number 6 says, using X for the number of minutes and Y for the total cost in dollars, write a function to model the linear relationship between the minutes of use and the total cost. Okay, so that is Y equals mx plus b. So in this case, it would be Y equals our amount per minute, so 3 cents a minute, X, plus 0.10. Next, example number 2. A second wireless company has a similar method for computing its cost. Unlike the first company that Lenore was considering, this second company explicitly states its access fee is 15 cents and its usage rate is 4 cents per minute. Let X represent the number of minutes used and Y represent the total session cost. Construct a linear function that models the total session cost based on the number of minutes used. So our linear function would be y equals 0.04x plus 0.15. So now it says using the linear function constructed in exercise 7, determine the total session cost for the session of 0 through 60 and fill in these values on the table below. Well, if we do our work down at the bottom here for one value, so y equals 0.04 times 10 plus 15 cents, we have 40 cents plus 0.15, which is 55 cents. So we have 0.55. And we know that it's going to go up 40 cents each time. So here we have 95 and $1.35 and $1.75 and $2.15 and then $2.50 and then 55 cents, sorry. And then last, it's 0 and 15 cents. So to plot these points, we would have 15. And to help us out here, I think our next one would be 40 and 175 because it would be right in between 1.5 and 2. So I'm going to go between 40 and go right here, that halfway point there. And I'm going to draw these two lines because we're going to need to draw it anyway. So we have 10 and 55, which would be here, and 20 and 95. We're a little bit off, guys. Oh, we got to redraw that. We're off. So 15 would be just probably right next to this right here. And then 75 right there. So let's see if we can do this a little bit better this time. That's better. There we go. So we got 55 here. And we should have under 1, and we do here. Or under 1. And then here. Here. And then under the 2.5 here. Or over the 2.5 actually. But, okay. All right. So now number 9 says, plot these points on the original graph above and draw a line through these points. In what ways does the line that represents the secondary company access plan differ from the line that represents the company? Well, the second company starts at a greater initial value. Also, second company total cost increases more quickly over time. Slope of the second company is steeper. Next, as we begin to practice here, we have a band will be paid a flat fee for playing a concert. Additionally, the band will receive a fixed amount for every ticket sold. 40 tickets are sold, the band will be paid $200. If 70 tickets are sold, the band would be paid $260. Determine the rate of change. Well, we have 40 and 200. We have 70 and 260. So our rate of change, so we have M equals 260 minus 200 over 70 minus 40. So we have 60 over 30, which equals 2. So M equals 2. We have Y2, X2, Y1, X1. Next, it says let X represent the number of tickets sold, Y represent the amount of the band will be paid. Construct a linear function that represents the linear relationship between the number of tickets sold and the number of tickets and the amount the band will be paid. Well, we have Y equals MX plus B. So Y equals 2. And we don't need the Y. We could just substitute in for one of our numbers. So I'm going to use 40 and 200. So 200, 2 times 40 plus B. We have 80 plus B equals 200. So subtract 80 from both sides. So B equals 120. So our function, By equals 2x plus 120. So what is the fee the band will pay for playing the concert, not including the ticket sales? The fee is $120. How much will the band receive for each ticket sold? They will receive $2 per ticket. And that is also the slope. Oh, sorry. And that is also their slope. Okay? And that ends our lesson.